Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update and video for Wednesday, January the 13th. Already, days are clicking along in the new year already. And I've got the S&P on the chart here. We had a lot of chop today, not a lot going on. Looks like the ES was up about 11 points on the day. The RUT's down 14. We'll talk about that in a second. The RUT's been on fire with the small caps. But I've got my voodoo lines up here, and you will see this is SPX that we kind of hover. This is a skyline. We've been kind of hovering around here. We came up to it, crossed it quite a few times, came back up, hit 38.20, was the high on the day, and it came right back down into the skyline and ended up closing there. One thing that's pretty interesting, and take note of this because it happens a lot. Yesterday, it was very interesting. If you looked at the exact number, here's where we opened on the day, and there's where we closed on the day. We literally opened on the SPX at 38.01, and we closed at 38.01. Same spot, same spot. Straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, all over the place, and we end up where we started. Now that's been the reason I mentioned that's been happening a lot lately. So if you're trading intraday, that's definitely something to be aware of. Let's see if I can find another one here. Well, you can see 2 days in a row. This was Monday. That's, open to close. Tuesday, open to close. It's been like that. Not every day, of course, here. But even from here, there's the open and there's the close. That's not too far off. So keep that in mind if you're day trading. That is something to look for. We're looking at levels. I use fib levels from Fibonacci Queen and Trader Tammy, and I use voodoo lines here as well. But let's back this out here a little bit on larger time frame, and I'll kind of show you what I'm looking for. We have been just making our way steady up here, and I've been, on the bullish side for a long time, trying to fade this as we go. Look at all these opportunities you've had to fade this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Really solid chances, but the trend is up the whole time. But as we know, it's like stairs. You go up and fade back down, up and fade back down, up and fade. This is the trend. That's the way it works when momentum is on your side and you're going one way. So you can make money on this side, you can make money on this side, all the way up. And I'm not talking about getting short for a big giant crash. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the subtle pullbacks as we go. So that's the way that I've been trading this. And as we get further and further along, our ultimate target up here is at 38.76, or basically 3900. Again, this is SPX, not ES. But I wanted to, keep this retracement theory in mind because it's just the way it always works. So from here, we're just all over the skyline right here. So from here, do we break higher and just run straight up here, or do we pull back into some of these other areas of support like this skyline or possibly this snow line before ultimately getting back up here? And of course, that's $1 million question. Nobody knows, but we tend to trade this on smaller time frames. We could just chop right on that skyline right there, but we do tend to trade this on smaller time frames. So let me show you what I'm looking at here. So if we look, this is a chart from Fibonacci Queen, and as you can see, we've got, now this is a daily chart on the SPX, right? And our level, the 1618 extension, is 38.36. So we're at 38.26. So that's only 10 points higher. 38.36 will be, again, 26 to 36. That will be our next level that we test and probably fail from. So maybe we get that tomorrow. Maybe we come up here, hit this and fail. Maybe we just come back here and then break right through that. I don't know. Or we hit that and fail, and maybe we retrace back here or even here. That's kind of the range we need to be thinking about and placing our trades in, or at least, anything outside of really this is likely. This is kind of less likely, but this is still within the realm of possibilities. And depending on what your time frame is, if you're trading, 1 days or a 1 day chart or a 3 day chart or 5 day or 10 day or 15 or whatever, that can kind of give you an idea of where you want to be looking up or down in some of these ranges. So use your shorter term time frames to kind of dial in this stuff as you go. I watch the ES pretty closely and the NQ, for the Nasdaq, and try to do to set up trades around these areas. But again, I think our next decent hurdle is going to be this 38.36, and we could take that out easily and just keep going. But what is going to be driving all this is, of course, news. We've got the impeachment talk going on right now. We've got all kind of potential stimulus talk. Is it going to happen? Is it not? What's the amount going to be? Is it going to help the economy? What's going on with Biden coming in and what he's going to do? What about coronavirus? Its cases are getting worse, and etc. So we're in a lot of kind of chaos / limbo right now with a lot of unknowns, but we can get news at any point and give us gaps. So be careful on both sides. I do tend to think that if we do get a gap or a knee-jerk reaction to something, I do tend to think at this point, it would probably be on the downside. I'm trying to think, we always try to figure out and plan ahead for our trades, right? I'm trying to wonder what could be the catalyst to make us gap up here, and of course it would probably be some kind of stimulus is bigger than expected or whatever. This could be virus or some kind of protest or political kind of thing. So again, just be real careful here because we're in kind of a dicey spot. But this also gives us opportunity. The volatility is still elevated, and with these back and forth moves, that does set us up to have some nice day trading, and we've been doing that pretty well lately with these swings. So keep all that in mind, and keep some powder dry. Over the next week or two, I think it's probably warranted to have your risk limited, at least on your position sizing, and just don't get too much out there until we kind of get a better idea of which way this thing's going. So that is what I've got for you. I don't have any specific stocks right now at the moment. I'm just trading the index and a handful of stocks. I do have some Amazon and some Google and Microsoft and that kind of stuff that I'm trading into earnings, but no real great setups right now that I have to share with you. So with that, let me wind it up, and thank you for your time. Try to check us out in the trading room where we set up more trades there, and we'll see you at the next update. Thanks a lot. Take care.